Hello you guys, how are you guys doing? We thank the Lord for yet another opportunity to be in the comfort of our home, right in our kitchen. Today I want to quickly do a vanilla cake, and this is my pan. Is already oiled, so oil your pan. I'm using 4 of this pan. So let's go with my calculation, and we'll be going step by step on how you are going to bake your cake. So the number one thing that you need to know is, do you want it very sweet? What is your customer asking of? So I'm not going to make it very sweet, so I'll be cutting down on my sugar level. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is adding my butter. I've already added my butter. Each of this pan, I'm going to be using 230, and I'm making 4. So 4 times 230, that is going to give us, in my own calculation, 900. And is it up to 900? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 in 4 places, 920. So it's giving us 920. Check. So I'm going to be adding more. So I'm going to be adding 410 more. 410 or 440. So this goes in. My butter is unsalted and in room temperature. Make sure your butter is in room temperature, unsalted. So I'm going to be adding oil, because I'm using all-purpose flour. So I'll use oil. Okay, I'm overshoot. So my normal, if it's normal sweet, is 300, but I'm going to cut down on my sugar. So I'm going to be using 250. So 250 times 4, can somebody times 4? That is a kilo, and in here I have a kilo. So what you're going to do is make sure that your scale go back to 0, then you'll be able to measure correctly. So I'm pouring it in. My scale is already on 0. So I'm having here 966. So I'm going to get more sugar. Add more. It's going to be sweet, but not very sweet. That is a kilo. So I'm going to be mixing it. I'm going to be doing my dry ingredients now. Let me get my flour close. Your flour, you need to sift your flour. It's important, so that there will not be lumps in. So for my dry ingredients, please make sure your scale is on 0. Then each of the pan, I will be needing 300 grams. So 300 grams of flour times 4. Let's do the calculation together. So we need 1,200 grams of all-purpose flour. I hope we're getting it together. 1,200 sifted. I'll set my flour aside. Now I'm going to go with my nutmeg. So 30 times 4 that gives me 120. So I'm going in with 120. Baking powder, I'm using this sachet baking powder, and I'm going in with 2.5 for each pan. So 2.5 for each pan, and we're doing 4. That's 10 teaspoons leveled. Look at it, leveled. 1, 2, 3, 4, just a bit in. It depends on the baking powder you have in your area. This is what I can easily get in my area that works. I'm at 4, so I need 2 more. So this is 8, so we need 2 more. 9, 10. Sorry, I counted a baking soda. You need just a pinch of your baking soda. We're going to be sifting it together. So to every one, I need salt, and I need half of my teaspoon salt. So definitely I'm going to be adding 2, and make sure they are all well sifted. Let's get our liquid. My egg, each of these, I'll be using 5 eggs. So 5 times 4, that is 20. So let's get into it. Count with me as I break. 1, 2, 3, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm going to be whipping it together. The thing that I'm going to be doing is my milk. You can use water, you can use milk, you can use anything liquid. So I'm going to be using milk because we're consuming 1. So for each one, I'm going to be using 120 ml of milk. So 120 ml of milk times 4. Mathematics today. So I'm going to be using 480 ml. So my cup already has the measurement. So I just pour in. Yeah. Now we're going to be putting in our vanilla. I love to use the tablespoon. So I'm using the tablespoon for my vanilla. Wow. 1. Please don't let it overflow. 2, 3, 4. So I mix them all together. So time for me to start combining. So let's combine it together. Please, can you see my mixture? It's white already because it's well mixed. So you can just touch it and check the grain is well mixed together. Please make sure you scrape underneath. Be sure that there is no butter hidden somewhere. So I'm going to be adding in my eggs now. I will add them gradually, bit by bit. And I will do this. Add them. Don't add everything at a time. Add them bit by bit and keep mixing. Again. So I'm going to be pouring the last batch of my eggs and allow it to beat up. I'll make sure my mixer is low. So I'm adding my flour, my dry ingredients, bit by bit, bit by bit. You're beating on a very low speed. And we're not going to beat for long because we won't want to overwork our flour. We don't want it chewy. Once it's combined, just add more. Interesting, is easy, is calculating. You will have to calculate some of your ingredients, and it's very interesting when you're doing it. So you can as well do your calculation even before the time. So I'm going to be adding in my liquid gradually. I'm almost done with my dry ingredients. I just want to add it so that they can all be incorporated at the same time and not overwork your dough. Your milk and vanilla. If you're using a liquid vanilla, but if you're not using a liquid vanilla, you're using a dry vanilla, you can as well add it with your dry ingredients. The last batch of my flour. Okay. The last batch is added. Scrape under. Be sure there is nothing sticky to the pan. Make sure everything is scraped out. And your spoon is empty. So I'm going to beat it a little, increase the speed for just 2 minutes. Or you say, nah, that's it. So the next thing, we are going to be pouring it in our baking pan. My baking pan is oil, but I'm going to be sprinkling. I'll be sprinkling some flour in so that it can easily come out. So flour goes in so that it can easily come out. Now you might take your measurement, which honestly, let's do that. So we're going to be taking our measurements. Make sure your scale is on 0. So you pour in. Wow. We're already having a towel. Going to be baking in 180 for minutes each. So let's go. We're putting 2 at a time, then we'll bake the next 2.